Hello, English 111 Online. Welcome to April. Woo, week 13. Hope you're not superstitious. Okay, so what is happening this week? Well, we've been working on paper 2 for a while, and you get to turn it in now. Finally, the final draft of paper 2 is due this week. So for paper 2, we basically broke down how to do a research paper. We broke it down into sections. You did a first draft. You got feedback from me, from your peers. I encouraged you to get feedback from the Writing Center, and now you're ready to turn in the final draft. I showed you how to do MLA formatting and proper citing and all that kind of stuff. So now it's time to turn in the big final draft, and this is worth a big chunk of your grade, so you want to make sure you do this correctly. So what are we doing this week? Well, we're watching this video, yay, and then you get to submit the final draft of paper 2, and that is due by Friday, April 6th. Okay, so again, let's go over some highlights of how to turn in paper 2. Well, you're going to upload the final draft of the paper. Now, please note several things. You have to upload this as a doc or a docx file only. That is a Word document. Do not submit it as pages. Do not submit it as a Google Doc. Do not submit it as an RTF or anything else. It has to be, if you use Microsoft Word, you're in good shape. If not, you need to convert it to a doc or a docx file. There are videos in the resources section that show you how to convert it if you're using a different program. So I am dead serious. You have to submit it correctly because I have to be able to open it and be able to grade it. And make sure that you are very careful that you are opening the correct file. If you do not if you do not upload the correct file, we got a problem. Because you'll earn a 0 if you do one of the following, okay, if you upload the wrong file, again, including the first draft. So I would strongly encourage you, when you save your papers, when you save your files, hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. I had someone knocking on my door. So, okay, so why is this a big deal? Because I've had students who accidentally, quote unquote, submit the wrong file because they hadn't finished the final draft and they were trying to buy time. No. I strongly encourage you, when you name your files, name them, Writing Project 2 or Paper 2 First Draft, Final Draft or something. Make sure you are very clear on which draft this is, okay? If there are not significant changes between the final and the rough draft, that's a problem. So I take your the draft that you submitted way up here, this paper right here, I take that paper, and I take this paper, and I run it through a program, and it shows me exactly the things that you changed. So there's no guessing as far as, oh, did they make any changes and revisions? Yeah, no, I can see exactly what you changed. So you can't get double points for doing the same paper. You have to make revisions. And again, this program, turn it in, it actually will tell me if you've copied any part of your essay. Now, plagiarism, again, is when you have included something in your essay and you've claimed that you've written it, but you haven't. Now, that's not the same thing as quoting. If you quote something, especially in a research paper, as long as you said, hey, I didn't write this, you don't want to say I didn't write this because you're supposed to use first person, but, you say Professor Morgan wrote, and then you have open quotation marks, and then whatever I wrote, and then close quotation marks. You're telling me where you got that from, okay? But this will show me if you've copied and pasted anything that you stole from the internet and you're claiming it to be your own. Again, you'll get a 0 if you do that. So how do you submit this paper? Well, you click right here, and then the rubric for this paper is right here. So if you want to see how am I going to grade it, and how is he going to grade this paper? Well, you click on that, okay, and then this is, okay, so basically these are, you get graded on your content and ideas, and again, if you look at the mastery level, this is what we're looking for. How's it developed and organized? What style did you use? Okay, again, just read these things. I'm not going to spend the time during this video to read it. Okay, you're going to get graded on grammar and mechanics. Wow, what's going on there? Get back over here. The writing process. Okay, so again, now dealing with revision, and also you have to have appropriate length and MLA correctly done. Okay, so this is how you get graded on the paper. So to submit it, you click on Submit Paper. And then you give it a title, say Paper 2, Final Draft, or whatever. And again, you can either click here and choose the file somewhere on your computer, or you can just drag and drop it, drag and drop a file. Let's find that file. About you. Just drag and drop it there and then hit Add Submission. Now, once again, very important. Once you hit add submission, it will upload it, and it will send you something called a digital receipt. And on the screen here, it will say digital receipt. That means you have submitted it. It'll also send you a copy of that digital receipt in your email. Until you have that digital receipt, you have not submitted it. Well, I submitted it, Professor Morgan. Then I'll say, where's your digital receipt? Oh, I didn't get one. Then you didn't submit it. Okay? So you make sure you get the digital receipt before you're done, and that lets you know that you've got it. So again, you just click Submit Paper to upload that bad boy. All right, so let's go back to this week. So in addition to uploading the final draft of the paper, then we get to start working on paper 3. What? Okay, so paper 3 is actually the same thing we did for paper 2, meaning that it's a research paper. So if we look at the directions for research paper 3, whoop, okay, it's another argument paper where you're going to pick a controversial topic, a different one than you did before. You're going to cite at least 3 credible sources. This is your little outline that you're going to be following. Okay, it's 2 to 5 pages in length. That does not include the works cited page. Again, here's your little checklist. So basically, if you think about it, for paper 2, we walked through the process of how to write a research paper. We went through it step by step. Now that we've practiced it and we've gone through it, now you're going to put the practice into play. So you're actually going to do it again, a different subject. You're practicing the skills. And we'll talk about that a little bit more next week. So that's what's going on for this week. The big thing is get your final draft of paper 2 in. Again, it is due by April 6th. I do not take late work, so if you go to turn in on the 7th, that's a 0. Don't be that person. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Okay, now go ahead and